Hi guys, it's me again. Welcome to the channel. If you haven't already subscribed, please go ahead and do that. It really helps me out. Yeah, let's start with the video. So just a bit of a refresher. I have been looking for a laptop to replace my aging 3-year-old HP NVX 360. It was a Ryzen model from 2020. So yeah, this laptop is the third laptop that I tried out. I really like it, and by the end of the video, you will see why I think I'm going to keep this one. So yeah, let's get started. As you might know from my last videos, I had a bunch of requirements. 3070, RTX 3070 or higher, Intel 12th generation, i7 or higher, and I needed to have a screen that's nice and colorful, that's at least 500 nits bright, and preferably it had to be 16:10 aspect ratio. So now that you are armed with that information, let's see what does this machine offer. As you can see, it's a Lenovo Legion, and this specific machine is the Legion 7, Generation 7, and it's an Intel model, so they call it 7i. So let's look at the port selection. One thing that you will notice, just like the last one, this one also has the back ports labeled, and they're also backlit. You can turn this on and off, this backlighting, but yeah, it's a very nice touch. So starting from this side, it's a 2.5 gigabit Ethernet. On the new one, you might have noticed that the Ethernet port was upside down, so the clip was down here, so it's a bit more difficult to remove, but on the last generation it was the right way up. Then we have a USB-C port. It's a 10 gig. It's also USB PD, so that means you can also charge from this up to 100 watts. Lenovo says 135, but I haven't been able to get that to work, and this also lets you use a DisplayPort 1.4 via this USB-C cable. Then we have HDMI 2.1, USB-A port. So this one is, I believe, 5 gigabits per second. I might be wrong, both of these. USB-A ports, and then the last one is going to be our power jack. Looking at the right side of the machine, you can see we have the headphone jack, physical webcam power kill switch, and then we have a USB-C port on this side, and this one is also going to be able to output DisplayPort signal 1.4. Oh, there's some gunk in it. Alright, this one does not take power, by the way. And we have two more USB ports, USB-C ports on the left side. Both of these are Thunderbolt 4 ports, and both of these do everything that a Thunderbolt 4 port is supposed to be able to do. So 40 gigabits per second, you can put displays on it and lots of other high performance peripherals. It's all made out of metal, every single part, and you can see here's the bottom. Yep. And let's open it. The hinge is smooth. You can open it with one hand. So what are the specs on this machine? So I'm just going to open the task manager, and you can see the specs with me. So it has 12th generation Intel i7 12800HX. So it's an unlocked CPU. You can overclock this. Then it has 32 gigabytes of DDR5 memory, and it's two DIMM modules. So basically, I know it doesn't really matter in DDR5, but yeah, it's two physical modules. It has a 2 terabyte Gen 4 NVMe SSD, and it has an RTX 3070 Ti. So as you can see, it does check lots of boxes for me. In fact, all of them. And the screen is nice and bright. It's 500 nits. It's rated for 500 nits. It's also certified for HDR 400, so it's very nice and bright. It is also 100% sRGB certified, so it can display good colors. It could have been better. It could have 100% DCI-P3. For this one, I think it's 75%. But yeah, it's nice and bright. And it's also colorful. Right now, this is running at QHD, so that's 2560 by 1600. So that's 2560 by 1600. You can do the math. So that's 16:10 aspect ratio, and it's also able to go up to 165 hertz. So yeah, it's a very nice screen. All right. About the performance, I really like it. It does get loud, but it's a powerful machine, but it does cool itself well, and it does not throttle. The performance is consistent, so that's nice. It does have lots of RGB, and I will include a video at the end of this one that shows you all the RGB-ness of this laptop. It has RGB coming out of almost every place. All of this has key RGB. You have RGB on the sides, you have RGB right here at the front, you have RGB at the back, and also this logo is RGB. So I'll include a video at the very end of what this laptop can do. You can set up to 6 profiles. The trackpad is nice and smooth. It's a glass top trackpad, and there's a fingerprint reader in the power key. And just like the last one I showed you from Lenovo, this does cache your fingerprint. So when you press this button once to turn it on, it does cache your fingerprint, and when the Windows loads, it will pass that fingerprint to the Windows, so you don't have to basically authenticate again. So yeah, that's nice. The keyboard is really nice. I don't have any complaints about it. It is chunky, and because of that it's heavy, because it's made out of metal, so it's about 2.5 kilos. It has nice selection of ports, and I don't have anything bad to say about it. And the price. So I bought it used, open box, from Facebook Marketplace, and I paid $1,700 including taxes. So yeah, as you can see, that's my reason for keeping this one and not the latest one from Lenovo. That one, including tax, was more than $2,300. So given that the performance difference between 3070 Ti and 4070 is about 10 to 15%, I just could not make the case to spend that much more. And also this one has double the RAM and it has double the storage. So yeah, I just could not bring myself to spend that much more for that little gain. So yeah, I'm going to keep this one. This one is going to be my next laptop. And thank you for being a part of the journey. See you in the next video. Don't forget to watch the RGB colors after this. All right, take care. Bye.